Hey, welcome back to another Copy AI live demo. Today, I get to introduce the new chat by Copy.ai. And this is a serious competitor and really a leap beyond ChatGPT. I'm going to show you today how it is better in many ways. And the team at Copy AI is really excited about this. Here is the announcement yesterday, just to break it down for you. We are beyond excited to introduce smarter chat that helps get things done. Let me try to fix my mouse here. It's not. There we go. That helps you get things done. The magic of chat by Copy.ai lies in its ability to search the web in real time, cite sources, and do the work for you. It can help you write, summarize, repurpose, research, brainstorm, and much more. So if you haven't checked it out yet, I'm going to do some demos today. And it was just released on Product Hunt, getting a lot of attention there. It's the #1 product on Product Hunt right now, with thousands of upvotes and comments. People are really excited about it. There's some information on the Copy.ai website that you should definitely check out, because this will break it down for you. And I'm going to show you today real world examples of how to use this for your business. So thanks for joining today. We're going to log in, and I've got some stuff to show you, including real examples. And if you're here live, I'd love to chat with you and get to know what you are working on right now. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'd love to see where you're hanging out from today. And what we can do is write some content for your business. And so I want to show you exactly how you can use this for your business. I'm going to use a few examples in this demo to walk you through the capabilities, but we can actually do some real world examples today. So drop a comment. Let me know where you're hanging out. If you have any questions, and tell me a little bit about your business, and I'll write some copy for you right here using the new chat feature. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. I've got a list of some demos I'm going to go through today, and you'll get a taste of what this can do for you, and really a snapshot of how it can save you time and streamline your entire writing process. So one really cool example here that's going to be unique with chat by Copy.ai is the ability to do real research and scan the internet in real time for the latest updates. So if you see here, you can tell it to find the latest research and trends around, this random topic I came up with, indoor herb gardens. And what it did is it scanned and found these trends and research, and also cited the sources so you can check that out and verify it. We're still in the early days of AI, so you want to check and verify, and this makes it easy for you to look that up and make sure it's correct. And now you can just tell it to turn those trends into a TikTok video script. And it will take that post and the research that it just did and give you a really interesting script here, including the opening shot, the voiceovers, cut to a series of this, and what to say. So it actually maps out an entire short little script for you to help you create interesting content, to get your point across, and ultimately drive more sales. You can also do research, right? So you can analyze your competition, and it will scan their websites and their content and give you a list of what they're doing well, what they could do better. Okay, so that's a few things I'm going to go through today in this demo. So let me pause there and see who we got live. Let's see. Good afternoon. Any way to ask specific information from... Finish that thought and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. Let's see here. Ontario, welcome. Perfect. Looking to create some emails, short content creation purposes. Yes, let's go ahead and do that today. All right, here's a couple questions coming in. I'd like to ask if there's a way to ask select information specific sources, if there's a way to ask to do contents with size range. Yeah, let's test that out today. You can actually put in any website URL that's a public website, and it will scan that for you and pull in information from it. You can do it for YouTube videos, LinkedIn profiles. And this example here is it actually looked up this website and researched it. So it pulls in information real time from the web. So you can point it to a URL and say, hey, analyze this, or write a summary of this YouTube video, put the URL in there, including LinkedIn. And then number two, as far as size range, we can experiment with that a little bit. It's getting better and better at that. So telling it specific size ranges or specific use cases. And this right here is a real time saver, the prompt library. Let me go ahead and show you this full screen. When you're using the chat feature, you have these pre-built prompts over here that will make your life way easier. And this is going to teach you how to start to interact with the new chat by Copy.ai. You can look here at this example of content and SEO. We have, a landing page. It actually gives you this whole input here, step-by-step guides. So you see the types of inputs that you can tell the AI, FAQ generators, article generator, and then really cool stuff like an SEO content brief. Let's just try that one real quick on this herb garden example. And let's go ahead and try this one. I'll use that prompt. It drops it right here into the input field. And let's go ahead and do, I think I have it written up here, indoor herb garden kit. I'm just going to grab that. All right, create an SEO, I'll fix that there, an SEO content brief for an indoor herb garden kit. Now, this is doing actual work for you. So this is not just theoretically coming up with stuff. It actually, okay, that was, did it finish? Okay, perfect start. There it goes. Okay, it's finishing that thought. It's doing real research right now. So it's actually scanning the web and analyzing the top results when you type in indoor herb garden kit. So it's going to look and do that research for you, give you feedback on that topic, your target word count, even keywords, target audience. Here are some example working titles, a suggestion for the slug, meta description. Great. Now what do we want to do? Why don't we go ahead and tell it to write that entire article? So let's do a blog post. Let's pop that in here. Write a blog. Let's say use the content brief above. And actually, maybe we should do the outline first. Let's go ahead and do an outline first. Let's go back to the content SEO. And we can even search for this. Let's find outline, blog outline. There we go. I can click that, drop it in. And let's even just tell it, use the information above to create a blog outline. So you can chat with it. It will read back a few of the chats. So right now it'll analyze and remember a few of the recent chats that you've done. And why don't we go ahead and just remove that. I'll type this in better. So use the information above. I can type, there we go, to create a blog outline. So can it handle that? We just did some an analysis of an SEO content brief for that keyword phrase. It's scanned it and analyzed it for us. Now I'm telling it to use the information above. All right, so if you have any issues like this, you can go ahead and remember it's still in beta. So check out down here. Some little bugs may come up, but usually you can just try it again. There you go. So if it doesn't go through, just try it again. Here we go. Here's an outline for the blog post. That's looking pretty good. Let's just say write that post, or you can look at the prompts and see what else we could do. Let's go ahead and say blog here, blog post. You can give it additional ideas there, but you know what? I think we'll just chat with it. Let's just say write the, use the above. There we go. Outline to write the blog. So similar to maybe what you've seen with other chat features, but this is scanning and using information from the web. All right, so we're going to go into some more examples of how you can do this today and how this can make your content way better, way more compelling, more rich with relevant data from the web, research, summarizing YouTube videos. And again, might have some, I think because there's so much traffic right now, it's a little bit glitchy at the moment. There's a lot of people using this feature, so it has been timing out a little bit here and there. Let's just give it a second. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the questions coming in. There we go. What's up, Wes? So right there in the chat little section at the bottom, you'll see that option to browse prompts. So when you're in here working with it, you can pull that up at any time. And you may have noticed, if you're looking closely, there's also the option to add custom prompts. So you can create your own library of prompts and have that handy anytime you log in here to copy.ai. One of the other cool things about that is if you have a team or assistants working with you, that can all be part of your team, library here. So you can have everyone working together, optimize your processes, and have that handy for any task, especially repetitive tasks that you have to do all the time. Fine tune and get a unique prompt here that works for your needs, and then save it, and it's always going to be available. You can even add in those brackets for quick and easy changing of variables. So let's go back here and take a look. Okay, so it wrote up that blog using that outline. Now, the other really cool thing about Copy AI is you're not stuck there. So it's not just this endless meandering chat thread. The next thing you can do is on the right, you can click editor. And over here is a built-in inline editor. What you can do is take a look at this first draft of your blog, and we can add it to the editor. So I'm going to go ahead and delete everything in there. We can add it, and now you can actually see it. It wrote 1,000 words. The other cool thing about the editor is you can go through here and use the styling options. You can also hover over any of the text and rewrite it. So there's additional built-in AI features to rewrite content, enhance it, and even add additional content in there. All right, so we'll replace that. And at the end of any section here, you can just pause the cursor there, and it will give you the option to press tab to write more. When I click tab, it scans the text above it and below it and gives you suggestions for additional content to put in there. So if you find something you like here, it wrote that and generated it right there in real time, helping you and guiding you through this process of making your content better. Now, if you don't like this, you could just say, rewrite it. Let's say rewrite it. Blog to make it more fun and conversational. So you can actually work with it. Let's try that. Really working with the AI now in a much more interactive way. So look at that. It actually wrote more like a social media post. So this is where you can repurpose this, right? So this is the other cool thing about it is repurposing content. Turn this into a Twitter thread. Didn't quite nail it there, but I'll show you another way to do some research and then turn it into a Twitter thread. That's really cool. So I'm going to try that here in just a second. But first, let me take a look at some more questions. And this combo here of using this familiar chat interface, but the addition of prompts, the addition of the ability to pull in information in real time from the web, and the editor on the side makes this a real powerhouse content creation tool. It's just all in one, right at your fingertips. You really don't need to go anywhere else or use anything else. It can happen all right here. All right, let's take a look at the questions here. Full books. Ooh, not yet, but I would imagine that's coming soon. All right, let's see here. So ready, what's up, Dice? All right, let's take a look. Ooh, upward job proposal to grab a job. That would be a fun one. Maybe I'll try that one out in a second. Okay, promotional. This is interesting. Bundle page. So that's what you're creating right now. We could try that one out. What I would do there is let's go ahead and go to projects. So this is how it works too within Copy AI. This is what's really cool is every project has its own chat and editor. So if you look here at like your main dashboard, you can just create a new project. And we could call this a digital marketing service. So you can name it up here. And now we can use the chat within that. So the default may pull up some of the tools that are available, right? You have a lot of tools here within Copy AI that are more of the traditional tools, but now the new chat option will pop up right here within that project. So it has its own dedicated chat within it, and you have your own editing dashboard here on the side. All right, so let's look here at this one. Would be maybe we would do a how to best fill out those sections. Okay, promotional. I'm writing a promotional bundle page for a digital marketing service. Let's say targeted profit. So this is the research, or more like the brainstorming phase. What sections? You can't even see what I'm typing. So here we go. I can't do both at the same time. What sections should I include on the sales page? What was the other question? And how should I best fill out the sections? How should I best fill out those sections? Okay, so that's another use case here, is brainstorming ideas. Great. So it gave us the outline to fill these out. All right, we can say perfect. Write the copy for the sales page using that outline. Okay, so it can tell you what to do, what you need. So any task that you're not sure how to get done, you can actually ask it and it will help you. Okay, so it's writing up the first draft of that sales copy. That's looking pretty good. You can add it to the editor and work on that later. The next thing you can do is look through the prompts. So what else can you do here? Well, let's see. Content SEO. Let's look at sales. Competitive analysis. You can look at other competitors and you can put in their company name and it will analyze it for you. Industry trends. You can do personal cold emails. If you have a target customer, go find their LinkedIn URL. Let's try that out right now. Let's use the prompt and let's go grab a LinkedIn URL. So I'm going to grab Chris Liu here, co-founder of Copy.ai. I can just drop it in. You see how these placeholders allow you to just click there and I can paste in that URL. Selling, let's just change that. My digital marketing service. Let's try that. So it's going to personalize this to that LinkedIn user. So it's actually looking them up. All right, and if you're not loving it, what you can do is just say, hey, rewrite this and make it more casual and benefit driven. And let's say that personalize. Personal, let's try that. So it actually summarized his account and then wrote it for you. So you see what it did? It actually said, hey, this is who that person is. So you can see there, it grabbed the information about them. And then it wrote it up. Hey, Chris, I'm the founder of we specialize in helping businesses. Now I had it do it again. So I said, that's a little bit dry, not quite what I wanted. Rewrite this and make it more casual and personal. Hey, I came across your profile and was impressed by your investment portfolio. I noticed that you're interested in automating sales outreach with general. Let the chat look at that. So that one really nailed it. So a little bit of the first draft there, telling it to write a personal one, grab their information. It did a decent job here, grab their info, and then wrote it for you. But I told it to rewrite this, make it a little bit more casual and personal. And it understood that command and I think nailed it really well. That feels like a really nicely written email. And this could be a practice way to come up with some sales pitch ideas. If you target a few different profiles on LinkedIn that are your ideal customer, you can get a nice generalized way of presenting this to them. So you don't have to do it individualized every time. Maybe you get a canned email for different types of customer profiles that you could use over and over. You could also now come up with researching them, brainstorming pain points that customer might have. I really like In the content and SEO, the landing page is another fun one to try. So you can create website copy about any product. We drop that in and you see how it loads right away. Create website copy about my digital marketing service. Let's go ahead and just use that outline. And it will come up with some general stuff. You can add more details about your service and what the offer is. But this could be useful just for a nice rough draft. And you see how it followed that formula perfectly. Hero, subheader, it laid it out nicely. Transform your business, dominate your market, get a free marketing consultation, tagline, elevate your business with proven marketing strategies. Our approach, we believe in digital marketing should be our services. We offer blah, 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 boom. Our results, call to action. Great. So what you could do then is try some other things, like maybe let's do a customer case study. I'm going to grab that prompt and drop it in. How our company, or no, let's say how our customers used our marketing service to achieve success. And that's about it. I'm going to leave it really simple and kind of open-ended. See how the AI would start to spin that and present a customer case study. And let's see here. Is it still going? That one didn't do that great. May need to give it more info. I want to show you an example of how that worked earlier. It was pretty good. I want to look back and see how I did it here. Then I'll pause for a moment and take a look at your questions, but let's take a look at this example because, and this is cool, it'll actually reload that chat thread. So when you open that project back up, let me find a case study. Okay, so I used that formula and then I had it do one for this indoor herb garden kit. And it wrote up a pretty nice case study for an herb garden kit. So it did the overview, the challenge. This can help you break down your marketing content really well. The solution, the results. Look at that. That's a great section for a sales page. Customer quotes, made it some example customer quotes that could help you. And it even gave you some ideas of visual elements to include. Let me show you what I did next. So create a step-by-step guide. I used the prompt here of the step-by-step guide. It wrote this up really nice. And now here's the interesting thing, right? Find the latest research on the benefits of having your own herb garden. This is another thing that you could try to really take your content to the next level. So what it did is I had it find the latest research on the benefits of, boom, blogging or whatever you're helping someone with. Seeing a chiropractor once a month. It'll do that research for you. And this is super cool. All right. This is the next level content. So it actually puts in the research and it cites the sources. Now what I said is turn this result into a list. Okay. So this here is like, it's a bunch of jumbled content. I don't know what to do with that. So I just thought, hey, it'd be cool to see that as a list. Turn this result into a list. Now this is starting to look real nice. Benefits of having an indoor herb garden. Stress reduction. It's breaking down that research. Year-round access to fresh, probably herbs. Maybe it lost that last bit. Improved air quality, cost savings, health benefits. This is really, really good stuff here to sell this herb garden kit. And then I said, take the above information and use it as an outline for a blog post that inspires the reader to start their own indoor herb garden. So I just said, hey, take that list, and then here it goes. Title, it wrote that up for me. Introduction, wrote a nice intro. And this is what the Copy AI team has done a great job of, is they've trained the model to be a little bit more creative in how it writes. It's going to be less robotic. It's going to sound much more human in the way it writes. And they've really trained the model with now over 6 million users. It's a lot of data that the team's been able to do. And they've, whoops, someone just knocked on my door. They've trained this data for these specific use cases. So what you're getting with Copy AI is the best of the best, right? This is trained on these types of use cases that you're finding in the prompts. So we can see here, the blog is looking pretty good. And a conclusion. The next thing I did is I said, expand on this article by sharing some examples and citing research. So look what it did. Sure, I'd be happy to expand on this. And it included more details about the research. It also said, for example, and it's citing research there. Year-round access to fresh herbs. So it's just beefing up the content a bit and giving me many new angles to enhance it and include examples and research. Super impressive. Let me scroll down and show you another one here. I then told it to go ahead and expand on one of those points, right? The first one was stress reduction. So I said, now write an entire blog post on point number 1, stress reduction. And look at this. How an indoor herb garden can help reduce stress, the science behind it. Introduction. Right? What is stress? How can... Secondly, thirdly, let's see, scientific evidence. So it's pulling some of that research. And it's all going back to some of the earlier research that it was doing. This is just insane what it's doing here. Here's another one here. You can go find a YouTube video. So I went and found a YouTube video on indoor herb gardens. And what you do is grab the youtube.com link for that video. Grab the link there and drop it in. As it summarized this YouTube video into 10 key takeaways. Right? It gave me a summary of that YouTube video. And then I said, now turn those 10 key takeaways into a Twitter thread. Then check this out. It broke it down into nice bite-sized tweets. But I noticed, hey, that's lacking an intro and a conclusion, right? So I want to make these great points, but add an intro and conclusion tweet to that Twitter thread. Sure, there you go. So it's grabbing real information from YouTube content, from the web. It's scraping the web, pulling from LinkedIn profiles, and then it's allowing you to work with that content all in one place in real time, super fast. So as you're thinking like, oh, it'd be cool if I could just do this with it or repurpose it in this way, it's happening right there. And then you have the editor on the side to help you organize that, polish it up, whatever you need, or just save it for later. And that it all exists right there in one place. So for each project, you can name it up here and then go back to your projects and create different projects and organize them as well into different folders. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Let's take a look at the comments coming in. Okay, cool. So you're having some issues with some of the linking. It is in beta right now, so it's going to get better and better over time. If you notice any issues, please provide feedback. There is a link at the bottom. So any issues that come up in the chat, go ahead and write down here. There's a link to provide feedback. The team is updating this every day. So it's just going to get better and better. This is the very early days of this feature and people are pushing it in many ways. So it may break here or there, but as you can see, it's crushing it right now with what even at this initial beta release. Thanks for that feedback though. And be sure to share that with the team. Let's see. Can you upload a transcript? What's up? Welcome. Upload a transcript and create social email blogs from it. Yeah, you can. It depends on how long. Right now, I wouldn't say like an entire transcript. Let's see here. I guess we could look at. Why don't we just look at the Copy.ai website and let's look at the blog. Let's just see if we can grab this. This was like an intro. Lots of good breakdowns here as well. So this is what I mean by pushing it. Let's go ahead and just create a new project. And I'll click on chat. So we open up the chat. Also, if you're not sure where to start, you can actually click on these and try it out. So you can summarize the latest news on generative AI. When you click it, it adds it to the box down here, right? So you can click these and drop it in and then just run that. See how it does. Okay, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and paste in all of that stuff. All right, let's see here. You wanted to create a social email blogs. All right, let's see here. At this stage, I'm not sure this is the best use case, but we'll find out. Take the information below and turn it into a social media announcement post. All right, we just dropped a lot of stuff in there. Oof. Okay, let's see. Not bad. Now, what you can also do is in the prompts, there are social media prompts built in. So you can do, let's see, even content calendars about any topic, video, YouTube descriptions, LinkedIn posts. Let's try that one. Let's use that prompt, LinkedIn. So create a narrative LinkedIn post about the new chat by Copy.ai. Details. Let's just say use the information posted above. All right. And you see some of the little hints that are added into these prompts. This will teach you how to start talking more to the AI. So use a mix of short and long sentences, make it punchy and dramatic. So you can actually guide it in how you want it to write. So now I've used that LinkedIn prompt. Look at that. So it's doing a more personalized approach here. It understands the context of LinkedIn. It's going to be coming from you. And you're saying, boom, as a writer and marketer, I'm always looking on the lookout for new tools. So look, it's repurposing that. And it's highlighting some of the, one user said, it's amazing. So it's pulling in the quotes there. Really nice. So it did a good job. Let's try another prompt using those social media ones. Let's try a TikTok script. Use prompt script about our new chat by Copy.ai. TikTok script. What will it do there? This is so fun. It actually does it in like a stylized version. So opening shot, a person sitting at their desk looking frustrated, tired of staring at a blank screen, trying to come up with a perfect email or social media post. Close up shot, boom, introducing. It's actually guiding you through exactly what to put in the video with the voiceover. Looking excited and energized. So pretty close. I mean, you're almost on the right track here. Let's see how it ends it. A nice conclusion. Confident and accomplished. Look at that whole transformation that you see happening here in the script. That's killer. Let's try another one. Twitter thread. So that one, I would tweak this a bit, but let's see, create a let's do on topic, then turn it into, that's pretty interesting. On, let's say ChatGPT to introduce the new chat by Copy.ai as a better option. That would be really interesting to see how it handles that. I love that. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's overrated. Sure. I just started using ChatGPT. Falls short. But don't worry, I'm here. I'm not here to bash. To tell you about a better option. Look what it did there. That's really good. That's amazing. All right, let's go ahead and look at more questions. Go team. Welcome, Robert. Yeah, good question here from Olivia. You know, there's more built in here to the chat. I think it's the ability to interact with it more in real time. So you're working with it to improve and enhance and repurpose. The other tools can still be useful, but you're finding a lot of the other tools, you know, the way Copy AI started initially when I started using it 2 years ago is it was just a bunch of tools. So over here on the left, you had all these tools for different tasks. And the reason they did that was because the AI wasn't smart enough to figure out what to do. So they had to train each tool on specific things. So you can actually look through here and get ideas of what you can do, like what kind of content you can come up with. If it's ad copy, if it's startup, you can look at like refining your audience, writing your brand mission, your brand voice, your motto, your value proposition. So it's useful in the sense that these are very common tasks that you should be considering in your business, even brainstorming, writing tools, sales copy. You have all these sales copy frameworks, and those are great. They're just more rigid. So they're trained specifically on that certain task, and they will generate a few results for that task. They're still great and can be used, but this interface here is a little bit more natural to work with, and you can just tell it what you're looking to do, and it will follow it. So on that note, those sales copywriting examples, if you actually look through some of the prompts, you'll notice, I think it's in the emails here, you'll see pain, agitate, solution, right? These are proven formulas for writing effective sales copy. And you could start with those, but just see how you can tell the AI what you need. So maybe use the tools to look up different tasks that could be useful for you. And then see if you can communicate with the chat to guide it more specifically to what you want. You have the ability to be more clear and specific with what you're trying to write, and the chat will understand that better. And then if it doesn't quite hit it, you can just slightly tell it to do it differently. Like, hey, maybe focus more on this, or have more of a fun and friendly personality in how you write that, or make it more data driven and research based. And it will actually pull in that research for you. So it's much more dynamic in how you can interact compared to the previous tools. So let's try this one here that highlights, let's see, the new chat by Copy.ai. You know what? Let's just go with that. And I'm going to leave those blanks. I'm going to leave those just as is. So you see here, what I'm doing is I'm not even going to fill in those buckets there, little brackets, because it should figure it out. It should have an idea based on what we've already been talking to it about, what those benefits are. So let's see here. Say goodbye to content creation woes with chat by Copy.ai. I'm tired of staring at the blank screens. It's repurposing some of that content. And I told it the pain agitate solution. So it starts with the pain, agitates a little bit, find yourself spending countless hours researching and editing with lackluster content. We understand your pain, right? So first it's staring at the blank screen, and then it's countless hours researching and editing. Now it's presenting the solution, and it's going to focus on some of the main points. It's giving me a few different angles here too. You're struggling to come up with new ideas. Another idea here, you're spending too much time researching and editing. Struggling to create personalized content. Wow, it's actually pulling all those main points and breaking it down for us. Look how well it presented that. So I think what I'm seeing here is several angles I could take with it, and I wouldn't include all of that in an email, but it's actually giving me different ideas. So again, you can use the editor on the side. We can drop that in and then continue on chatting away. All right, so we could say email ideas, and you could use these styling options here to make it more stylized. Call this, announcement. So now we have LinkedIn posts, Facebook posts, we have Twitter threads, a controversial Twitter thread talking about how it's better than ChatGPT. Really cool stuff. So Olivia, I think that answered your question on the difference between the tools over here compared to the chat option. But within this project, so again, if we look here, you can actually bounce around. So if I wanted to go try the audience refiner tool, I could pull that up, and I'm still in this project. I can use this interface here to give me some additional points. So all that is still over here to use within the tools section. The templates are similar. So this was another evolution. Again, these will be cleaned up a little bit going forward. The focus is going to be using more of the chat interface to pull all of this in, so you won't have to do this. But the templates was the next evolution beyond the tools. And for something like email, let's go ahead and update the current project. What this does is, this was the in-between step from tools to chat, was a tool called Freestyle. And that Freestyle tool was the beginning of, having these kind of inputs here that are much more specific, and then having it write content. So if you still like the Freestyle tool, you can use that. Everything's just moving now. It's almost like truly the evolution of Copy AI is right here. It started with tools, Then it turned it to templates using the freestyle tool. Now the chat makes most of that obsolete. It's the newer, faster, smarter, much more capable version of Copy.ai. And all of that, we saw how we started here, just dumping everything from that blog article, and then boom, beautifully repurposing it into different types of social media posts and TikTok scripts, Twitter threads. Pretty cool. Yeah, Wes, as you mentioned, there was a question about summarizing an entire book, but as far as writing an entire book, yeah, you could go. It starts with the same process, right? Just getting the outline and then having it break things down. And you saw the other example that I had. I think it was really cool with that herb garden example. I started with research, and then I turned that research into a list, and then I turned that list into a blog, and then I had a blog of the overall content, but then I had it write an entire blog on each of the sections. So it took the stress relief part and wrote an entire blog about the benefits of stress relief from having an herb garden. And the same kind of concept could apply. You could have big picture outline, understanding, and then detailed breakdown of each section of that. And it did a really good job of that. If we look at the stress relief one here, let me go ahead and look. All right, that same thing, the latest research. It did the research. Next, I had it turn into a list, so it's easier to understand. Then I had take the information and use it for an outline of a blog post, or use that as an outline and then write the blog post. So it did a high level blog post on all that. Again, that could turn into a quick ebook, quick video. You could do that in 5 minutes. Or 2 minutes really. Research, list, and then write a blog from that list. And then down here, expand on this using research. So adding additional points. And then I had it just take point number 1 and write an entire blog post about it. And it nailed it. Amazing. All right, we'll take a few more minutes here. Yeah, very impressive stuff. All right, ability to research or to search for pertinent photos. Not yet. Really cool idea, though. Ooh, yeah. And actually, I'm doing this with clients. How would you use Copy.ai to build out a course? So build out course objectives and modules. Well, what you could do is even work with the AI to help you through that entire process. So I would open up a new project. We'll call this course content. I may just ask it here. I'm creating, we'll do it on that herb, creating an online course about starting your own indoor herb garden. What should, give me an outline. Let's say you already have the outline. So what should I include in each lesson? I might save that because I want to get an outline. So we're assuming you already have an outline. Come back to that because I don't have one right now. Like write an outline for this course. All right, there is our outline. Let's add that to the editor. Now, what should I include in each lesson? Okay, let's see here. So benefits, explain the advantages of growing. Look at that. It's giving me all the, I may even just delete that and use this because that's a better outline of what I should include. Write the content for module 1, lesson 1. It. So it understands the context. It's giving me the breakdown. Not bad. What if we also said benefits? Now, let's say, find the latest research on. So now it's doing the research for me. So I can enhance my content. All right. Also found some sources here instantly. I mean, this is happening so fast. Okay. Turn this research into a list that is easy to read and understand. All right. That's easy to understand. I mean, there you go. There's module one or lesson one. Now let's do it again. Module one, lesson two. I mean, we're talking first draft here. Obviously, you want to put your own touch in this, maybe share your own examples, stories, or shortcuts, but this is a good starting point, and this should eliminate all of the back and forth stress, overthinking. Just work with the AI. It's an amazing assistant. All right, let's see. Lesson two, overview of the content. Let's see how it handles that task. All right, overview of the content. So the module, I think the module one would actually be the intro to Endure, the benefits, the overview. Let's see what it does. Did it actually? Yep. So it didn't understand that one. So let's try this again. It may need a little bit more context. So I'm creating course. If it loses track, go back and repeat some of the things that you said. So let's go ahead and grab. Just, so maybe some of the prompts that you need to keep dropping in there could be useful over here. And I'm going to go grab the outline. And maybe I'll say for context, here is the outline of the entire course. Let's see if it can handle that. So we needed to understand what's going on in order to complete that task, which is pretty tricky because this module in particular, or this lesson in particular, is going to give us the outline. So welcome to module one, lesson two. This lesson will be introducing the topics that will be covered throughout the course so you can get a sense of what to expect and what you'll be learning over the course of this program. We'll be covering everything you need to know to start successful indoor work. Here's a breakdown of what you can expect to learn by the end of this course. All right, did a great job. So really it's just summarizing what they're going to get. That was that lesson. So now let's go ahead and try taking that, write content for this lesson three. There you go. Give us a good starting point. And if you don't like that, again, you can work with it. Like, make this more actionable, or make this lesson more actionable and research based. Can I handle that? Like that's pretty advanced task right there. Okay, so it's actually giving us more research-based answers. So you see how it's citing sources. Consider the size of the planner. So this might be more of an overview, but it's pulling actual sources. That's the kind of level that you can get into, the nuance of grabbing real information that's on the web. And it's doing that blazing fast speed. Yeah, any type. I mean, anything. Yeah, any topic, whatever. I'm just happen to do this herb garden example, but it really depends. Some things may be more technical, but you can rely more than on research and actual sources to help you do technical training that can pull that information and then use that information to provide training or steps. All right, let's see here. About collaborating with your team, it's possible to share a project with a team member to work together. Yes. So in your projects, there is the option here of this little lock guy. Any of the seats that you have on your account, you can just change that, click on that lock, and it will make that now public. So that means everyone who has access. So the private ones by default are visible only to you. But if you want to make them available to your team, visible to your team, you can't really read it there, but the hover tells you that. All right, so that's how you would make that visible to anyone else who has seats in your account. And that is really handy. All right. Love it. All right, we are pretty much at time. So let me just quickly recap what we went through today. The new chat by Copy.ai is a real game changer. Whatever you need, just ask. It's very advanced, and this is really building on top of tools like ChatGPT. There are a few different underlying AI sources that Copy.ai is building on top of, and one of them is ChatGPT. And they also then have a layer of their own proprietary AI training for these specific use cases that you see here. So if you need to do any of this, email writing, blog writing, sales copy, social media content, Copy AI is the best place to do it. And it's just getting better and better with all of these prompts, the speed, the capabilities of bringing in outside information to make your life easier, do that really creative thinking for you. So a few advantages here. You can scrape websites for public data. You can generate personalized copy for sales outreach, summarize YouTube videos into key bullet points, and then learn more about your prospects and how they engage on LinkedIn. This is real-time data. So ChatGPT, let me zoom in a little bit for you. It's only trained up to 2021 as of right now. So the content is going to be a little bit outdated. With Copy.ai, it will check the latest and greatest information and do that research for you, including an example of like who won the Super Bowl. So you can ask it those types of questions, but apply that infinitely to any task that you need. Next up, that editor on the side makes it way more organized and easier to keep your content all in one place without having to use other tools. It's all right there. Each project has its own editor to organize and edit your content with your team as well. The pre-built prompts, that library is growing, and you can add your own prompts to allow you to save a lot of time and streamline every task. And you can get creative. You saw the examples there and use those to get started, but you may start to find prompts that work better for you and your needs, and then just save those and have them available when you log in. And of course, with your team, you can now all work together in one place and have all those prompts available. And there is a free option that gets you a certain amount every month. So try it out for free. And if it works for you and saves you time, makes you money, upgrade and get the unlimited option. All right, so here's some examples again of what it can do and how it's better than ChatGPT in many ways. It can scrape information. So ChatGPT can't scrape and summarize website data from URLs. You can do that with Copy.ai. You can find the latest posts as well. So it can do some of the creative research for you on prospects. Really, really good for sales tasks. You can write detailed content briefs from a single keyword. So explore some of those content and SEO prompts to see what it can do for you. It's really cool. It's way beyond what ChatGPT can do, because it's actually scanning the Google search results and doing the analysis for you. You can summarize YouTube videos into bullet points. And then, of course, it can bring in information about your prospects and write personalized sales emails. All you have to do is get your account, open it up, follow the steps, and you can rewatch this training at any time on the YouTube channel to get some more inspiration and ideas. And we'll be back again soon with more demos to show you the latest and greatest of how people are using these new features for their needs. You got the prompts, or just come up with whatever you need. Use the editor right there to save your stuff and edit it. And then just keep working with it. Keep chatting. Explore, experiment. This is a lot of fun. So try it out. This is really the #1 ChatGPT alternative for power users out there who make money with the words that they write. This is for you. All right, I'm going to wrap up there. Thanks for hanging out today. Any questions, you can reach out to the team. Be sure to provide feedback if you notice anything going, a little bit off. The team is reviewing those every day and enhancing and improving the functionality. Join the Facebook group. Check out the product hunt and give it a quick upvote. The team would appreciate that. Drop a comment. You can even use the new chat by Copy.ai to write that comment and drop it into the post down here. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out today. Appreciate you all. And I will see you again next time.